It's me, Robin, with Simple Food, Simple Life. I hope you're doing great. The sun's shining here for a change. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do something that I think you're really, really going to like. You hear that sizzle? I'm melting some butter in my cast iron skillet. So let's back up here and I'll show ya what I'm doing. I got some butter melting in my cast iron skillet. And there's a reason why I'm using an oven-proof skillet. I'm going to show you a way to make an omelet that you've probably never seen before. And so what I'm going to do, and I'm showing you a method. It's not so much a recipe as a method. So what you're going to need eggs, whatever fillings or toppings you want in your eggs. You're going to need some water. You're going to need an oven-proof pan that is well oiled or greased. I like butter to do this with. So, and of course you need cheese or whatever, which is whatever fillings you want, okay? And some salt and pepper, if that's what you like. So, all right. What I've got here is, I've got in this bowl, I've got 6 eggs that I've already broken, and I'm going to add water to it. Now, some people think that you're supposed to add milk to an omelet, but I'm here to burst your bubble. You add water to an omelet and milk to scrambled eggs, okay? So, you add 1 tablespoon of water to every 2 eggs, or thereabouts. Certainly no more than that, okay? So I've got my 6 eggs here. I'm going to add my water, which I pre-measured for your convenience, and I'm just going to beat them up. Now, I've got my little whisk here, but you can use a fork, you can use whatever you want. The thing of it is, you want to beat them really well. And I'm preheating my skillet. You got to be careful. You don't want your skillet to get too hot, but just, you know, enough. See? So I'm going to, you think those are, no, they're not done yet. So let's keep on whisking them. Because I want these to be light and fluffy. Now the reason why you use water instead of milk is because milk tends to make things more heavy and creamy. That's why it's good in scrambled eggs. And you want an omelet to be light and fluffy. So we use water. Okay? That's a secret. Alright, now they're nice, and you notice my eggs they're a little bit foamy. That's what you're looking for. So I'm going to make sure my pan is good and warm. And I'm going to add just a little bit of pepper. If you don't want to add the pepper, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to put a smidge of salt in there because it's good. And I'm just going to pour in, let's get you down here where you can see this, pour in my egg mixture into my hot skillet. Like I said, not horribly hot. And you notice see the butter around the edge there? Got a little bit tad brown. That's okay. Now, you're going to basically just leave this alone for a few minutes, okay? And in the meantime, I'm going to turn on my broiler. I'm turning on my broiler on high. Okay, now I'm just basically making a cheese omelet because I just want to show you the basics on this. Now, my late husband and I, we used to have, one of our favorite supper time meals was a cheese and mushroom omelet with maybe some bacon on the side. And then we always had asparagus on the side when we had it for supper. It was so good. It was one of our favorite things to have. And just a couple of pieces of toast. It was really, really delicious. So it can make a nice supper meal. Another thing too, if you're having company, when you have company, this is great because instead of making individual omelets in the small omelet pans, you can actually just make one big omelet. And I'm showing you how to do that because this is very handy. Now look, I want you to look. You see here how this is cooking? It's cooking nicely. That's what we're looking for. It's setting up. Don't make your heat too high because you don't want it to burn. But just leave it. Now, if you get a little nervous about that, then by all means take your spatula, which you can do, and you can move your mixture around if you want to. But now look, this is already solidifying on the bottom. So honestly, if you just leave it alone just for a few minutes on a low heat, it will cook, and it'll cook beautifully. So, had to rinse the raw egg off with my spatula. All right, now, it's cooking, cooking, cooking. See it? Setting up. It's cooking from the bottom up. Now, while it's like this, and also you'll see it's starting to bubble up. That's fine. But you don't have to mess with it. Don't mess with it. It's fine. If you're using more than the 6 eggs, then just make sure that you might want to stir it around a little bit, but honestly, I've never really had to. 6 eggs work perfectly. Now, I'm taking the cheese, and I'm sprinkling some of this cheese on the top. And like I said, you can put any fillings in you want. Whatever you want to use, you can. So, I've got my broiler going. This is getting pretty good here. Now, it's still mushy, a little mushy there. I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn my heat off, and I'm going to pop this under the broiler in the middle rack, not too close. I have my broiler on high, and I'm going to watch it like a hawk. Watching it. And I'm going to pop this in, and we're going to finish it up under the broiler. All right, here we go. Take a look here. See how that's puffing up? You see it? And it's cooking it on the top. All right, let me pull this here. Look at that. All right, now I'm going to pull this out, and I'll show you what to do next. All right, now you see how puffed up that is? You're going to love me for this. And look, this is going to slide out so beautifully. Imagine this with all of your favorite fillings in your omelet. Now, if you want to flip this over, you can, because it's going to be pretty easy to do. And I highly, highly recommend, if you have a cast iron skillet, use one. If you don't, use whatever oven-proof skillet you have. Now look, see that? How it slides? It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Okay, now then, this is what I do when I'm serving a lot of people. I simply take my little knife here. Now your pan's going to be very hot, so be careful. This is overkill, but let's use this knife. And I'm going to cut it. I'm cutting it like a pizza. And this is so good, you guys. Honestly, it really is. Now, imagine this for supper with all of your favorite fillings in it, or for a breakfast of several people, and you can have sides or other things with it. But I just want to show you here how beautiful this is and how great it just comes right out. Look at that. You've got a beautiful omelet with all of your toppings in it. And you can julienne your vegetables and just decorate the top of this as beautifully as you want. Okay? Now then, that's the thing. Now, another thing, I'm going to tell you this right now. If you're making breakfast burritos, make your breakfast burritos this way, and your toppings in there, or if you have any of this left, like I'm the only one here, so I'm going to have some of this left. I can save these for another breakfast. It warms up nicely. Or I can actually put it in my breakfast burritos, and I'm all set to go, and everything's in there. Okay? All right, I just wanted to show you that. These are so good. This is, remember, this is the basic. This is the simple way to do it. Do all of your omelets this way, and you will be glad you did. All right? I love you. If I can do it, you can do it. And you just remember that little is much when God is in it. Okay? Love ya. Bye.